Well, hello everyone and welcome to this Andor Season 2 reaction series. So, for a little bit of context, if for some reason this is the first video of mine you're ever watching, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I have seen the majority of the stuff, if not all. No, I think I've seen all the movies. I've seen the Clone Wars, I've seen Rebels, I've seen Tales of the Empire, like all that stuff, all the animated shows basically. I haven't seen the final season of Bad Batch yet. And I haven't seen Andor Season 2, and I haven't seen that new show with the kids, like the main characters are kids or whatever. But other than that, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I have seen Andor Season 1 many years ago when it first aired, so my recollection isn't the best, but I have watched a recap for Season 1, so hopefully I won't be forgetting anything too major. But I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a really good show, and not just a good Star Wars show, but pretty much what everyone says, which is that it's just a good show in general. And I've been meaning to watch Andor Season 2 for a while, but I've had things higher up on my priority list. And now I'm going to be reacting to it every week. So, you know, whenever this comes out, check back a week from now and the next reaction will be out. So, yeah. Now, somehow, I don't think I know a single spoiler for this. Now, maybe something will happen and I'll be like, oh yeah, I heard about this back in the day. But I don't think I have anything, which is kind of crazy because I see a lot of like random Star Wars news and stuff just on my various social media feeds. Now, there are some things I know. Like I know Director Krennic is in this, but I think he was in like a trailer that I saw like whenever the trailer for this season came out. So I know that. But to be honest, I don't know much else. I also would assume... I'm like 80% sure this is the final, like I don't think there's anything more than this. Because I remember when they were talking about Season 1 of Andor, they were saying there's 24 episodes planned for this and when it's done, it's done. So I'm assuming this will lead right up to Rogue One. Now maybe not, maybe they'll be like, it'll end like way before it or something. But that is my assumption going into this. Now is there anything else I need to talk about beforehand? Not really. Let's just get started. Oh wow, it's been so long since I've seen this intro, it's crazy. 4 years, interesting, okay. God, I don't know enough about Starship, like, specifics. I don't know if this is, like, a unique TIE fighter or something. I love the mundane, like, nature of the Andor scenes like this. The daily life of the Empire. Having to do maintenance on a TIE fighter, or whatever ship this is. Cassian? Who is that? There he is.
Got the key?
We have to wait for my supervisor to leave. He never stays late.
He is very nervous.
That must sound strange.
No, not at all.
He's so
changes.
much more empathetic than I was expecting.
You're very brave.
Unless he's lying and he's going to kill her.
If I died tonight, was it worth it?
Good question. I feel like...
I need a 12-minute head start.
I feel like we're setting it up so he's going to have to kill her. Or even it might be part of the mission. Because it would lean toward his persona in the beginning of Rogue One. This music feels very Sherlock. Wonder what the plan is. Do they need this ship for like some covert mission or something, I wonder? Whoa, that's so cool. I've never seen something like that so close. This is so cool, seeing the details of like how you fly this. Oh boy. Well, this has gone terribly. Oh my god. Whoa, holy. He was not prepared enough for this. Oh my god. What is this cabin? Luthen? Who's it gonna be? Who's that? I can't tell. Some random person? Their droid? Who's this? I meant to remember this person? I have no idea who this is, but okay, damn. What the? What is happening? Oh, Bix. Oh, okay, okay. Nightmare. What is it? A dress? A pretty crazy dress, holy. Oh, for her wedding with the person she's betrothed to.
Younger every season.
I guess it makes sense if we're jumping a year that the wedding would be happening. Oh, their sister. Oh, no, her cousin. Cousin, that's right.
Have you seen who's here?
Luthen? Has to be. Who else? Who could it be? The Emperor himself. Director Krennic, maybe? I don't know. There's like so many people it could be. I'm just wildly guessing at this point.
Looking to catch up.
Oh, something to look forward to.
That man does not seem happy. There's something wrong. Oh god. That is Luthen. My god, what is he doing here? Oh no.
Apparently it's a secret.
I love how open this place feels. There's like so many characters moving around. Is she gonna turn on him?
You've been out here so long. I brought water.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
It's Imperial.
Man, I love the music.
Porco!
Is it Porkins?
None of you were.
Wow.
Nobody puts this in there.
Is that you, Lauren? No.
They're not cleared for the project.
Deidre. Do they have a propaganda movie for the Death Star? What is this?
That's the traditional Gorman Valley horn, sounding the wake-up call for the creatures who've made this planet the success it is today. Spinning from dawn till dusk, never stopping to feed or sleep.
Is it code?
until the source of that term.
Gorman is of great interest to the Empire,
Okay, maybe it's not code. Okay.
making the Emperor's dream of energy independence a reality.
Energy independence, we love it.
Transform the galactic economy and solidify Imperial authority.
Man, this is so cool.
Thing in Gorman.
Kyber crystals?
Mineral underground. Calcite.
Calcite.
It's gouge mining. There would be stress on the planet's core.
They will not go quietly.
Which is
I can see why the Emperor wanted to dissolve the Senate.
He can't teach her if he's dead. Everything with you is negative.
Like killing the only pilot we have.
We gotta have one of them.
These people are funny.
Right there. There's our real problem. Me.
I love this confrontation.
Your brother
This is very funny.
dumped us here and ran away, and you want to talk about trust?
No. We're not here to gloss over.
This is a good show.
We'll be our partners from the Ministry of Enlightenment, gentlemen.
Thank you, Director.
Ministry of Enlightenment.
Is it just coincidence that the Gorman personality seems so in tune with these creatures?
Hmm.
The secrecy, the overcharging, mocking Imperial protocols, laughing at us.
Okay, you get the idea.
Or stage some natural disaster.
True.
You think you're hard to read? You need to get over that. Now, you have a plan already. You had it before they finished speaking. I want your assessment.
I love this.
Propaganda will only get you so far.
I love that he knows to go to her. It's a cool dynamic. That's a lot of wheat. My god. Interesting music for Star Wars. He looks like a Jedi.
Is he tough enough? Not by half. They'll either learn or be led.
Man, small conversations like that are so cool.
Really? Where's everyone going?
He's not enjoying herself, holy. It's a nice dress.
We're living apart at the moment.
Oh boy.
They've had their first fight.
Oh, what? Already?
Just run off.
Not even married yet.
I was always Maya's number two.
In your
He's doing great.
To be in charge. Took off the wall.
This is gonna go terribly.
You're not even good at that.
Rip. Oh boy. Hey, whoever gets the ship kind of wins. You should probably go to the ship. Oh boy. Oh my god, is Cassian dead? That'd be crazy. Alright, so that was Andor Season 2, Episode 1. And I have to say, I like that a lot. It reminded me of why I liked Andor Season 1 so much. And I have like a few notes that I've made about it, but to be honest, there's not too much that I want to say. I think I probably have included most of the stuff that I wanted to say in the reaction, but it was generally pretty great. I liked it a lot. Now, my first thing is that, man, I love the grounded elements of this show. Like, it truly is a show that feels so different from the rest of Star Wars, because a lot of those other Star Wars shows and movies and all that, obviously, games even, they feel so grand and large scale and so epic or whatever, and this one just feels so like we're seeing the mundane activities of people, and I like it a lot. Like, for instance, we get the scene right at the beginning of the episode where it's like a worker for the Empire who's like scanning the ship, you know, preparing it for a test flight. And then you have even the scene where Andor is like getting into the ship to fly it, and he's trying to figure out like what's going on, and we're seeing the inside of the ship, we're seeing like the gun like turret things, and we're seeing what happens when he like presses a button, and it's like, this is so cool, you know, getting all these mundane elements of like, what is it like to actually fly a ship you've never flown before. And so that was really cool. There's the even the forest planet, I don't know the names yet, but the planet with all the people on it that Cassian's currently on, just the fact that they're like, that group is like arguing amongst themselves, like it just feels so like mundane and like slice of lifey. And there's like these people who clearly have a relationship in the past, and they're like the two guys, like the two main guys who are arguing especially, and it's like, wow, this is very cute, you know, these real people having arguments like we have in real life. So that was really cool. And then obviously the mundane kind of boardroom meeting with Krennic, and he's giving this like not slideshow, but he's giving like a video presentation basically of this planet. What was the name? Gorman? I think I wrote down Gorman, something like that. And then afterwards they're like mingling, and they're having this like these like little snack bite like food things, and I'm like, this is just very lovely, very grounded. So all this stuff I love so much, and I hope we continue to get more of this. But this is like the identity of Andor, right? At this point especially. So I hope we get more of it. But yeah, my only other major like note that I want to talk about is just the boardroom scene. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but basically the Empire scene where we're on this planet, which might, if I'm remembering very vaguely, it reminds me of the planet they were on in season 2 of Bad Batch, but I could be completely wrong. It's been literally years since I've seen that, and I just remember it was like a snowish kind of planet, and they were really high up in a room like this, but I could be completely off. But anyway, this scene is just cool for so many reasons. Firstly, it's just like, if you know anything about me and Star Wars, which you probably don't if you're watching this, but man, I love the Emperor, okay? He's probably my favorite character. Whenever he's on screen, I'm glued to the screen. Oh my god, I love the Emperor so much. And he gets mentioned here, and it's like so cool when he gets mentioned, because we know Palpatine, right? Like, we know him very well. We've seen him in obviously the prequels a lot, and we see him as the Emperor, we see him in like Rebels, we see him in like a bunch of stuff, even in like Tales of the Jedi and all that. But it's so cool when Krennic is just like, say, I have a quote here, when he's like, any violation will be brought to the Emperor's personal attention. I'm like, oh my god, it will be. Oh my god, these like mundane people living their lives, they're gonna have to be faced with this grand, epic Emperor that we've like seen so much of. So I don't know, that was really cool. But I think the most interesting thing about this scene specifically is definitely the dynamics and just like the spectrum of people in the room. Like, on one hand, we have Krennic, who is very clearly, he is fully aware of the corruption and the moral corruption and the actual corruption of the Empire. He knows it. He gets it. Like, he's up there. He understands it completely and is very candid, like, in his understanding, right? He doesn't share it with people, but he knows it, right? And very clearly, all he wants is to kind of get in the Emperor's good graces. He wants to, like, move up the ladder. He wants to be respected by the Emperor so he can, like, have more power or something like that, right? But at the same time, he's like in front of these people, these like kind of more like lower down Empire kind of workers, or like higher representatives who are still workers, I guess, relative to him. He has to put on this facade of like somewhat caring about this planet, even though in reality, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the galaxy. He only cares about his own power that he can get by gaining favor with the Emperor, right? So Krennic is on that end of the spectrum. Then there's going to be like people on the complete other end who are like really bought into the Empire. But I feel like the people who are on the boardroom like kind of table, it feels like a spectrum of people where there's people, like, clearly one thing that is common with all of those people at the table, or the majority of them, we'll have one exception, which I'll talk about, is that they are all very cautious about what they say. Like, even when they're, like, mingling at the end, like, you have, I don't remember his name, but the older guy who was in season 1, he's, like, whispering, and he's, like, being a bit quiet, and he's, like, clearly, he has a bit of hesitation with regards to what's happening, but he doesn't want to say it outright, but it's basically this Krennic on one end, completely, like, doesn't care, completely corrupted, cares about power and all that. And then you've got people here who are, like, some of them genuinely believe in the Empire's cause, at least to some degree. They're probably still also, because of how high up they are relative to, like, the mundane, like, really, like, low-down workers, they're probably still aware of all the corruption that goes on, but they're kind of, like, a little bit hesitant to go along with it, especially at such a large scale, But they're also, at the same time, very aware of, like, you should never express discontent with the ideas of the Empire. Like, never question Krennic, even if you think his plan might have an issue, you have to, pretend that you at least think it's like the best plan ever, So I like that. There's like that end of the spectrum, and like this mix of people who are at the table kind of have those kind of opinions. Then you have like the complete other end of the spectrum, which is like the Ministry of Enlightenment guys, who are like completely, they are like extremely passionate about their job, and they are completely bought into the Empire as like, they want to make the Empire strong, and they believe in the ideals of the Empire, and they're going to make sure that these people who are going against the Empire's interests, they're going to be eradicated thanks to our propaganda and all that. And they're like likening it was an interesting propaganda idea of like associating or building up the image of the spiders, because they are so dangerous and like so mean-spirited, or not mean-spirited, strong-willed or whatever, and then likening that or associating that with the image of the people of the planet, so that you can like build up this association in people's minds, so that when they think of the spiders, they think of the people. When they think of the people, they think of the spiders. It's like, it was this really interesting propaganda. And they're like so unbelievably passionate. They're like so passionate that even Krennic tells them like, we get it. You can calm down, we understand. You're passionate about the Empire and your job, and I love it. This is a really cool dynamic in this scene. I hope we get more scenes like this. Krennic, the like Empire storyline in this episode was my favorite by far. So I hope we don't just like, you know, more focus on Cassian. I hope we get a lot more of this too. And I'm sure we will. Andor's great. Then the final thing in this scene is one that I think I commented on. I don't know if I included it in the reaction section, but I like the scene where Krennic talks to Deidre. And it is like a scene where there is all this dynamic stuff going on that I was talking about, where like Krennic he has to put on a facade, but we know his true intentions, and Deidre also can't like speak out against the plan, even if she has an issue with it because of her role in all this. But they have this scene where they're like genuinely talking to each other, because Krennic understands the value of having people speak their mind if they are competent. And he knows that Deidre is competent, or at least he's heard it, right? So he goes to her to get genuine advice and see what she actually thinks, you know, away from this like this veiled truth that she can't actually speak because the Empire kind of will punish you for it. He goes to her in like a moment of like, what do you actually think? And I thought that was super cool. I like that a lot. It also feels like very grounded and like descriptively real as well, where I feel like that's happened in real life too, where it's like you have like a meeting or something, like a big public work meeting, and then someone asks you, and it's like, well, you know, what do you actually think? You know, don't worry about what was said there. We'll do what we actually think, you know? And it was, yeah, it's super cool. So all that stuff was really cool. But I only have 2 other notes, which is that just miscellaneous wise, it was very surprising to me that Andor, or Cassian Andor, he was being very genuine in that opening scene, is what it turns out to be. Like, the whole scene, I was basically thinking, oh, okay, he's tricking her, like, he's being very nice to her, and eventually he's gonna, like, betray her or kill her or not care when she dies or something like that. But it seemed that he was quite genuine, you know? He had a conversation saying she's brave and, you know, they're doing a good thing, like, you're returning home by doing this, and, like, metaphorically. And he gave her like that 12-minute head start seemingly, and then he goes away and we just never see her again. And it's like, oh, I guess the implication is that he actually was being genuine there, which is kind of surprising, because I figured at the beginning of Rogue One, he was very ruthless, right? He kind of he sees like this guy freaking out in front of him and then he shoots him, right? His friend, part of the Empire, a part of the rebellion. It is like the defining characteristic of Cassian in that movie that people talk about. And I figured that was going to be growing here, or that was going to be the thing that happens here, but it didn't. So, you know, we'll see. I'm sure stuff like this will happen more as we go on, that he actually will probably become more jaded and all that. I guess he does it at the beginning of like last season 2 when he kills that guy, and I don't know. Either way, it was interesting that it was genuine. Then the other thing is that Bix seems to be having PTSD, which makes sense. You know, she was tortured at the end of last season, but I'm curious where this is going. I just don't know. Like, it's an interesting character thing. I don't really particularly like Bix as a character. It's not like a character I'm too interested in, but I just don't know where this is going. But yeah, obviously by the end of the show, this family that Cassian is trying to go back to, I don't think they're going to be around, because I don't think if they were, he would be willing to die on... Actually, I was going to say I don't think he'd be willing to die on... Oh my god, what was the planet? The planet Rogue One. Oh my god, I forgot its name. Whatever the planet was. But you know what? He probably would be. He is also... Like, the missions he's doing now, he probably is willing to die at this point for the sake of the rebellion. But yeah. Anyway, what's going to happen to them? I don't know. I guess I'll find out, because I only got, 11 episodes left or something like that? Anyway, that was episode 1. Thanks for watching. Subscribe right now, and I'll see you next week.